Look, a pair of working legs. Dibs on these.
What? Oh, come on, Quagmire.
Joe, I said dibs.
No, you're right. You said dibs.
Time for the first Dibbs question of the day. Ben Darnell filling in for Rob Dibble. Kirk Kaplan's on the ones and twos. Check out the video. We put some up today. John Ashby's running that show. Rob Dibble Show on YouTube. First Dibbs question of the day brought to you by Trantolo and Trantolo, personal injury law firm. Keith and Scott, a third generation of Trantolos. Save time, dial 9 for their law offices of Trantolo and Trantolo, 844-999-9999. First Dibbs question of the day. How do you tailgate a basketball game?
Does parking garage count?
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up. Ashmead and I were talking about that during the break, and the Boston College faithful during the BC UConn football game, as John and I were trying to walk through the masses, we noticed that, man, these people have figured out parking garage tailgating. So what they were doing, they had this parking garage that kind of, let's call it the quad,
okay.
The empty plot of grass that sits in the center of things. And the spots in the parking garage that were facing the quad, what you do is you back into that spot, pop your hood, pop your trunk. You got your goodies just like any kind of tailgate right there. But then you hang like your banners and stuff off the side of the wall. And it really did feel like we were surrounded because of that just extra little, fanfare and cloth everywhere. And
having levels.
And exactly.
So you can go vertical with this whole assault on silence.
It's like medieval times. You know how like those arenas were like stacked on top of each other almost, or maybe even like the Roman Colosseum. It's how it's stacked on top. It wasn't like a gradual, it was just the third level, the fourth level, the fifth level. I employ people to do that tomorrow. By the way, we'd love to see you at the Urban Lodge. We're going to get the party started at 1 o'clock. That place opens at noon. I was just checking on them this afternoon. I was over there.
Get there early.
Every place will fill up downtown Saturday. But if you are not going and you want to, spend some even extra time, you got to get your money's worth on that parking spot. So I'd say, at the rent, they always do 5 hours before kickoff is like the rule that you can start your tailgate. There are no rules down there. I mean, get your day pass for the parking. I'd say 7 a.m.
Yeah, you can probably park on the street at that point.
Hey.
You might be able to get a good one. You set up right on the damn street and party. Whatever.
You might be onto something right there. So parking on the street in Hartford on the weekends is absolutely free, just to let everybody know that. So, Kurt, you might be onto something there, but it's the same as anything. The other kind of college basketball tailgate that I'm used to is walking to the game. Now, typically this is on the college campus, and I'm sure they do this at stores, is where you are partying within the vicinity of the game, and this is only basketball that I know of, and you like have this march of whoever you've been drinking with, and you probably pick up some friends, and then you decide when you're going to go, and it's almost like this parade march with a bunch of the fans going to the game at the same time. The only school that I really know...
Are you carrying coolers and stuff? What are you doing?
You gotta be sly about that.
A little bit, because you can't just open carry.
That's a good point. And I don't know the rules on these parking garages in downtown Hartford, Kurt. And I don't know the rules of just parking on the street and popping your trunk and having to handle.
Well, it used to be
Captain
fun
Morgan.
for concerts. I used to do that, do the garage party for pregame and a concert.
That's a good point. I've done a couple of those as well. We're trying to get as many butts in those seats. I think the place is going to be jammed. I looked at tickets today as well. $112 was the cheapest ticket.
It's got to be
you
more
can buy
than jammed.
Right now.
It's got to be loud and jammed.
It's going to be loud. It's got to be loud.
You've got to be loud. Stand up. If you're sitting down, you're wrong.
So true. All right, let's take a break from the UConn stuff because I don't want to pick the game. I really don't. I'm too nervous about it. We got a session of Who You Got. It's Friday. It's tradition on this show.
I'll be wrong.
Kurt will be wrong. Get out your pens and paper. Write these down. Hopefully we win you some coin on the weekend. When we come back, Who You Got on the Rob Dibble Show.
91 northbound.